Alright. Sorry about that, everybody. I figured it all out. Alright. Where were we? Guys, hide in your tracks.
Yeah, and we had begun moving the direction. Pack had begun moving the direction he was told by Volmar.
Yep.
Which is... what direction?
Which is the direction of the giant, the metal man.
Technically, he is... looking... Well, actually, give me a survival.
Both of us are just
him. Or knowledge nature.
Wow, it's pretty gay. Oh, my bad.
So you yeah, you're unfortunately so I mean you see, obviously you see it, like you know which way it's going, but you immediately assume that it's heading west.
Because of the way it's facing, or
because you think that that way is west.
okay. That's what I think. We're going west. Follow the metal man.
right.
At that, I mean, you could give me a survival or nature roll, Will. He says that to you.
Ah, if only it was an advantage.
Oh my god.
Well, you believe me. Probably.
You're like, whatever.
But I
You,
turn
you
west.
could just not be paying attention, really.
Yeah, I'm not. I was just like, yeah, let's see. He's like, I don't see why we have to follow the giant. We've got something to sell.
In due time, Pac. In due time. Onward.
Right. This better pay off, or I will cut
Like,
your
it's not that hard to catch up to it. Like I said, it's not like
Yeah.
moving very quickly. But you probably don't. I mean,
We're not gonna be right.
so like
I
there are
guess I
other
explain
people
it to-
also following this thing. That, or I mean, they're keeping their distance from it, but they're following it as well because they had built like a small village around this place for a long time. I mean, it's been over, you know, it's been at least, you know, thousands of years that these hands have been, the library has been here, so.
We should avoid being seen.
Yes, we should keep within, you know, I think that we should try to keep a pretty good distance from the giant. We don't have to be right up underneath of it, so long as we can still see it.
Valamar?
Hurry up, Pac.
No,
Andale,
you
andale.
hear
No,
you hear
there's
somebody
somebody calling your
calling
name. Yeah.
your name out. Just wait right there.
Pack looks at Valmar and says, I'm going to assume that that is not what we are doing.
Quickly, quicker. Hey,
In the NPCs tab, I have posted a character. Demoine, your ex-best friend. And one of several of the paladins from the Library of the Arcane that have been tracking you. Listen! I don't know what you've got yourself into, but if you stop now and you come with me, I can make sure that the punishment is easy on you. If you continue to run, they may kill you.
you think they would? Do you think they would spare me in the what do they fuck call it?
I mean, we're
Probably a trial.
We're
It'd
still
probably be
moving.
like trials. It'd be
assume-
like a mage
Nah,
trials. and
I'm just
you'd be
yelling
strung
back at
through.
him.
Okay, I was about to say, unless you told him otherwise, Pack is going to assume we are not stopping.
The trials back in Illyria would be a worse fate than death. You know I can't go back. If you knew what I knew, you would understand. It's too late. Keep moving, Pac.
You want
You
me
can-
to move quicker?
So what exactly is... So you guys are going to lose the cover of the tree line to continue to follow this thing. So what is your plan? Because there isn't really anywhere to hide. It's kind of just an open, grasslands. Especially with Drake. I mean, they're gonna very easily see you guys riding a big fucking lizard across the open field.
I was gonna blast him with what we got? What do we got back here? Well, I was gonna mold Earth to make difficult terrain.
For what? For behind you?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, well...
Doesn't prevent them from seeing us, but...
So... Okay. So what... Your plan is to make it more difficult behind you? And,
Yeah.
I mean, the paladins are on foot, so you're already leaving them in
Faster
the dust.
than
Like,
okay. I ain't
they're
going.
they're in heavy armor. Like, they're not exactly keeping up with you. It's not like you're in a... what I mean by that is that there's this big group of people following this giant, and if you come running across the open field to try to follow this thing, they're going to see you. There is no way to hide from them. Even with your Pass Without a Trace, I'm telling you now that they're gonna get like super, because there's like literally nowhere to hide. You'd have to have like invisibility to hide from these things. Or be able to like illusion some sort of cover or something. but there's no way to like I said, it's too flat and open where you have to go across to see this thing.
Then Pack would look at Volmir and says, "We're not getting through without being seen."
I mean, is the people following also on foot? Like it's
No, well, they're mostly on horseback because
well that would
they
have
don't
been
know if they're gonna pick up.
okay.
We didn't ask. I didn't. It's not. If I told you there's
Okay.
a group of
What-
people following this thing, that's all I said.
And you just asked, and now we have that information. Pack says,
You know, I'm gonna
"We could
roll
try and go quick.
perception.
We could try
Yeah, I
and
mean,
roll
you have
quick.
to you have to ask questions. You have to examine things. Like, I'm not just gonna
Yeah."
give you stuff.
Pack says, "We could try and go quick, overrun them, or we could wait till night and follow along after."
So
We're not waiting. We're not waiting
there's-
until night.
like, I mean, because it's morning still, so I mean, you'd have to wait. Wow. Um, it's like 5 people that are following it right now.
Is that what we see? Is
Yes, I mean
or what are
that's
they wearing? What do I see from this distance?
I mean, I mean, do you want to give me like a roll?
Yes, I do.
Give me like a perception roll then.
Yes, I'm looking out across the distance and I can see 5 people, and I get an 18 on the perception.
So more specifically, what you can see is they seem to be of the same makeup of the people they're wearing like the sigils that the guards were that were around the Library of Binding. So they're obviously like guardians of the library or whatever. And they appear to have, just really basic weaponry. Each of the libraries has sort of a different level of importance and stature just based on sort of the knowledge and its location in the world a lot of times. So, obviously there's libraries like the one you come from, the Library of Arcana, where it's, vast cities and like wealth and
It's a big
all
deal.
around it. So there's a lot of like, there's a lot more prosperity and stuff going on. So the guard, like, as you can see, like the guard chasing you, he has fairly nice gear and equipment and stuff. Whereas the guys that are following this thing, they're all wearing I mean, they almost look more like mercenaries than like actual legit guards of like the same regiment, Really the only thing that ties them all together is that sigil that they all have on their shoulder. But they're all kind of wearing, mismatched like pieces of leather and things like that. Basic like short swords, and
Mercenary
you can
wear
see at least
garb.
like 1 or 2 crossbows. I mean, just on a basic perception of you looking at them, like they don't look like they're magic users, but it's hard to say.
I'm going to point out to Pac that there's a group of mercenaries.
Well, they're not mercenaries.
They're guard.
You know specifically that they're
they're a
the
group of
guardians
guards
of the
working
library.
for Guardian. Okay, yep. I relay that to Pac.
Pack says, "I can get a little more speed out of Drake. To be wild ride though."
Uh, so it just goes into open fields for as far as the eye can see.
I mean,
Let me check this out. Yeah.
so I mean, basically, you guys are going. You're. You think you're going west, but you're actually going east right now. So
Right.
you basically broke this tree line here,
Okay.
and you're going, and it's heading towards the coast, and there's just this big open area right now. So pretty much, I mean, it's you know, there's like various hills and things like that, but for the most part, it's fairly flat.
Pack growls. He goes, "Decide quickly. We are going to lose it."
Well, you probably won't lose it. It's pretty, like I said, it's slow. Like,
Mm.
this thing is, like, you guys could keep up with it on foot if you wanted to. You're assuming the only reason these guys are on horseback is because they assumed it would be a lot faster as well. Or maybe they're afraid that it could just decide to pick up the pace.
Um. All right, we ride. We're going. We're gonna ride
Right.
out.
You're gonna ride out to them?
No,
Or,
not to them. We're gonna keep following the.
They're gonna see us.
I mean,
So
so
Yeah.
that's what you're, I mean, that, so they're gonna see you is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, so
Okay.
Yeah.
you're gonna ride out and they're gonna,
Yep.
um,
Pack shrugs and says, "If they attack, I am running the opposite direction of that thing." He points to it. "No reason to get in a fight over this."
We don't know what they'll do.
Right. They are guards of the place we just raided, though, so.
They didn't see us.
Eh.
I highly doubt they're gonna be looking
they
for
probably didn't
a
see us.
kobold and a lizard
Uh,
and a
you
man.
have not met many of my people, have you? You're with me. They are just as likely to assume. He shrugs. Such is the prejudice of humans.
We'll burn that bridge when we get to it, I suppose.
Burn bridge? Why would we do that? That would make them even more pissed at us.
It is. Never mind.
He starts going.
Oh, I said. So I guess do what I'm not expecting you to do. Definitely plan for this.
Taryn, trust me, I feel ya. Da. Definitely plan for this.
uh, uh, all right. So as you guys ride out onto this field, see if I can just Can you control those, Will?
I should be able to. Let me get my thing out of the way.
I can't control them.
I cannot select or control them. No.
Why is it?
But if I
If
do
I
it,
drop
I
it,
yeah
That's all right. Whatever. Just drop your own.
yeah.
I don't know why it's like that, dude. They're literally, I'm literally dropping the character to the sheet, and it's like that's the token that is aligned with it, and you have access to control the token. Like
that.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I was gonna say it should be that you can drop it and we can control the tokens
Yeah, I don't.
that you drop.
It's always like that. But yeah, I tried to make the monkeys distinguishable.
That's pretty good.
The
Pretty good.
bluish one is Stephanie. Sea cucumbers, the gold rimmed one, and then obviously Athraxis. You can see with the bat wings. All right, and let me. He like horses. Boss.
Uh,
Oh wait, there's a
You sh-
dog.
there should be like a horse in there somewhere. If they have a dog, they should have a horse.
And
Or you could just
familiars
take
and
a dog.
summons. I would assume that
So I suppose you could.
is a mule. Just a mule.
Yes.
Right. These are looks like about as good as I'm gonna get.
It's just the horses. We don't. We're not worried too much about it.
Right. Guess the horses should be bigger, huh?
Yeah. War elephants.
Don't make me summon random war elephants, Will.
Oh, I lied. They weren't riding horses. They're riding elephants. Shit.
Yeah. How do you hold control? How do I put them in the middle?
Oh, if you bring up the menu on them, there's like move to the back, move to the front.
No, I mean
It's
like
alt. It's alt. It's alt. Press alt. You're
Uh,
welcome.
there you go. Ba-bow! So, and we'll say, just assume that the big thing is fucking walking off ahead of these guys. As you come walking up from the back, you can see one of the rangers kind of look over his shoulder, like, and see you guys come running up, and he kind of, you see him nod to the guy in the middle who is actually wearing a little bit nicer gear, and riding in the center of the pack, who you would assume to be the leader. And when he does that, the leader kind of puts his hand up and he makes a motion, and this guy, this guy turn around and start to ride out back towards you.
Pack says, "What's the plan? Are we going to talk to them? Should I kill them? Or, this is my personal preference, we run away and forget this whole mess and sell the knowledge we already have."
You know what? I'll leave it up to chance. Let's rock, paper, scissors this.
What? Wait.
If I win, we talk to them. If I lose, we can go with your plan.
Okay. Do we really have time to be playing this? They're writing
Hey, what are you guys doing following us?
Following you, we're following the big metal man. It's hard to miss.
Yes, it is very interesting.
Well, this is official library business. You go ahead and turn back to the encampment.
Yes, we don't want any trouble, but it looks very interesting. Yes?
Where do you think it's going?
We're not sure. We're trying to follow it and see what's going on. This is unprecedented.
Yes, very unprecedented.
Right, well, we don't want to interfere with the official library business, but I mean, we're far from the only ones that can see this thing moving. Is there really such harm in letting us follow? Is there a distance we can follow behind that won't freak you out?
He said, look, it's above my pay grade. I've got orders to tell you all to just scram. Now, unless you want to turn up slaves yourselves, I suggest you head back to the encampment.
I didn't know the libraries dealt with slavery. Well, I mean, except yours, I suppose.
We're not the only ones. We're just the best at it.
Ah, I
And
see.
This is a source of pride for you.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
No. We should be good at what we love doing, I suppose. Come on, Val. We don't want to get into a fight with these folks, do we? He raises his eyebrow at Val.
Right, Pac. I'll leave this one up to you
Yes.
this time. My bad. No.
As you say that, Huck, give me a perception.
Those... Gosh, I can't get a high
So
roll
it's
to save my life.
not the best, but you swear you hear the faintest of whispers. And with that, suddenly Drake jolts forward and jumps forward, and he rips the head off of this horse.
Oh shit!
What the fuck?
Whoa!
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 And to be fair, this isn't totally unwarranted behavior from Drake, being that you guys really still haven't gotten food yet.
Yeah, he had a
And,
snack.
yeah,
but...
and he's like you were saying, he's used to eating quite a bit when you're good. And so yeah, he didn't listen to you, but like what I mean is this isn't totally a weird behavior.
So if this isn't weird behavior, Pack, as this is happening, goes, "Oh hey, what the hell?" And then he sighs and he attempts to stab the guy on the back of the horse.
Oh my god.
He's
okay.
like, okay, the only way I'm getting out of this is if we kill these two.
So
because...
you'll both get a round of surprise, and then you'll have to roll initiative. So you both get a second to
God damn.
do something here.
Fuck, that's not what I meant. Oh fuck.
Hey, Drake took matters into his own hands.
I guess we'll just have to improvise.
Ooh.
So we get a whole round of surprise?
Just like one action.
Okay.
Like a surprise round.
So I guess my question is I technically have extra attack, the feature, so I could attack twice with one action. Is that
Yeah, you just
still...
get
Okay.
you get one action.
Yeah, I don't get my bonus action.
Right.
Oh my god. I don't know if a 13 is a hit.
No, that is not gonna cut it. Hey!
24.
What's the second one?
24.
That will do it.
Ooh, okay. It was a 17
Hold on,
plus
hold on,
4, so
Hold on.
Well, let me
Let me-
roll
just-
my damage
Yeah,
first.
can I finish this turn?
Yeah.
no, nobody can finish. Nobody's
I
turn
did
now.
max damage.
Damn.
18.
God.
With...
Okay. Jesus.
Because I have advantage, so.
Alright. Well, so this guy's poor horse gets mutilated and falls over dead. And then after that, then Puck jumps off of Drake and lands on top of this guy and just starts. What is your weapon?
Short swords. It's actually the same as in the picture. He has short swords.
Oh, okay. Cool knives.
Yeah.
All right, so you. Yeah, I mean, I just assume you land on this guy and just start.
Yep. The first
stabbing
one
him.
sort of misses because I wasn't planning it with Drake, so the first one sort of goes high because I wasn't.
But you kind of
I mean, he
leap off of
reacted
him
quick-
too, and
Yeah. He
I would
reacted
say that
quickly.
the guy kind of, when you land on him, he puts one hand up and he manages to like catch you from stabbing him, and then yeah, the second one just catches him like right in the fucking throat, and he and starts bleeding everywhere. He's not dead, but he's hurt. He kind of help.
Kill the other one!
Valamir,
Yeah.
you get one action.
Immediately turn to the other guy and blast him with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I mean, I already rolled, but now I guess nothing happens on this one. So, completely whiff it. Nothing.
Okay then. Going forward, I'd prefer if you just told me what your hit is. Instead of, you determining what happens. I'll determine what happens. And with that, it is actual initiative, so go ahead. Give me initiative rolls. Forget how to add the initiative. I guess I don't.
Initiative.
All right, so that happens. This guy, realizing that, well, he hears his men call out, kind of turns back over his shoulder and sees the carnage ensuing. Like, oh, shit. And he's like, hold on. He turns his horse back around. He's going to charge up to you, Pack. And he actually takes like his sword off from his side. He's gonna take a slash at you from the side of the horse as he.
Armor class is 7.
Uh. Okay, so he misses. Just misjudges the swing entirely, and he can't like lean down quite far enough to swing to hit you.
The guy's probably on the ground going, "Ah, my throat, my throat."
Right. That makes it Valimar.
All right, am I able to? Let's just fucking read the. Blasting him with Eldritch Blast.
Which one? Who?
All right. I'm going to split my beams, and one of them's gonna fire back off of on the guy that I tried to hit last time, which is the first horseman, and then the other one's going to go. I'm going to aim at the fancy-looking knight that just took a swing at.
You can
Fuck.
use your mouse to indicate as well.
Ping.
I'm trying to. I've got too many tabs open.
I mean, I know who you're talking about.
Found it. Fuck. Yeah. Twelve plus 4 is 16 on first rider.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Then the other one is a 5, so. Alright.
You don't get a bonus.
Yeah, you get a bonus on it. Your charisma.
Isn't it your spell casting modifier? Your
Yep.
spell attack modifier?
Okay, it is a 9. Big solid 9.
It's only 9? Wait, isn't it?
No,
higher?
it should be. It should be +3 more than that. It should be a 12 because it should be his charisma, which is a spellcasting modifier, plus his proficiency bonus, which should be a 3 right now.
Yeah, but his charisma's not very high, I don't think.
Oh.
So it would be a 4.
I'm going to roll.
But I thought
my-
it's like your spellcasting level too. Like I thought your spellcasting level had something to do with it. That's what's fucking me up about it. Yeah, because your proficiency should be. Oh, I guess. Yeah, your proficiency is what, +3
Mm-hmm.
right now?
Yeah.
And then.
Well, but you use your intelligence from your wizard and shit,
Oh.
right?
That's right.
I thought you use charisma for your spellcasting if it's using Eldritch Blast,
No, that's.
because it's
Well,
using
but
Warlock.
if you're using your spell attack, like you can use your, I mean,
Yeah.
higher spell attack. I mean, it's
Use your higher
assumably
spell
that,
attack.
like, that you're. I mean, in terms of damage, like, yeah, you would use your charisma, not your. But to hit, I mean, just use your spell attack, which is your spell attack was originally derived from your wizard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure some people do it like that, but
Okay.
that gets way too fucking confusing to have like 3 different kinds of spell attacks instead of just having. I mean, the way I look at it is like you are a magic user and your spell attack's not gonna get suddenly weaker because you're now using your Eldritch Blast instead of your Arcane Missile or something.
Alrighty. Then it is I think it's what?
I mean, because it's more about your proficiency to hit
13.
rather than your. It's like more about your aim than your damage, right? So that's the way I look at it. Is like if you've practiced shooting spells to the point where your spell casting is this high, then it doesn't make sense to me that suddenly you're just not good at aiming spells anymore.
Okay.
So yeah,
It
you
is
should
a
have a
13.
7, right?
I
Or 8.
8. It's a 13. That's what I got with 5 plus 8. I think that's math.
Well, I just mean, I'm just for your spell attack, because it would be, yeah, whatever yours is a +8 from your wizard, is what you're saying, your spell attack.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't hit, but I wanted to figure that out going forward, because I was pretty sure that it should be probably higher than that.
Alright, then I'll use my bonus action to try it again, but with the companions, or with the familiars, I guess.
So you can swoop attack on them.
Yep.
Who are they swooping at?
It's going to be... Shit, it's going to be this dude right here.
All 3 of them?
You know, that makes most sense. Yeah, all 3 of them are going to be attacked by one of them. One of each.
No, I mean, okay, yeah. I meant you're gonna use all 3 to attack him, but yeah. So you're gonna use 1 on each of them instead.
Yes. Well, so this one's going to swoop down and blasts this guy now. Okay, Stephanie's going after the one that's still on the horse. Sea Cucumber's gonna go around and get the guy on the ground.
Yeah, give me. Let's do them one at a time. So go ahead and roll the damage for Stephanie first.
Okay.
Like, let's do them like their actual turns. Like each character is a separate character.
Yeah, that's helpful for Terran and for you, because what if they die? You haven't declared an attack yet. So.
At 20.
Yeah, I mean that clearly hits. So I just need you to roll damage for that.
Okay.
Misses.
Yeah,
Ooh,
miss. This mercenary ranger is just too good for your net 20. Fucking.
Okay.
I don't
if we're
think that's
still
your
rolling...
damage.
No? Okay.
Pretty sure an Eldritch Blast is 1d10, not a 1d12. And I'm pretty sure it's not 2 bolts, it's 1 bolt.
You roll each bolt of Eldritch Blast individually.
And I told you they only blast 1 of the bolts.
Got it.
This is why you should have like this built into your character sheet, because you can't remember any of this stuff.
Nope.
You should do what I do.
So that's why you should have it written down on your character sheet, or you should. I literally have character sheets on here for you guys, so you could go on there and you can put your Eldritch Blast in there. So literally, you can click Eldritch Blast, every time you want to use Eldritch Blast, and then just click roll your damage.
It's actually very convenient.
All right. Yep. 5 damage.
Alright.
Force damage. And it's getting pushed back. Pretty sure.
So it'd just be it's not gonna be the horse, but
Nah,
this guy's gonna get thrown off the horse. Is it 10 feet?
It is.
Alright, so he gets thrown off the horse, or gets thrown off the horse. He takes 10 damage because it was a crit hit, and then he hits his head on the ground when he hits the ground. So actually, let me roll up. Oh God! So all right, so between the combination of events of what happens, he gets thrown off the horse and he hits his head on a rock when he hits the ground, and his head just starts bleeding horribly, and he just goes unconscious.
He will probably die if he does not seek
Right.
immediate medical attention.
Exactly. He just starts bleeding out.
Alrighty. Seabiscuit flies over the other guy that's on the ground.
Changing it to Seabiscuit now?
It's a horse?
Yeah, yeah. The fly, sea cucumber, seafood. Seafood's gonna fly over, and
Jesus Christ,
he
your
rolls a
monkeys are
19.
like legit as fuck.
Yeah, I know, right?
Never
And
miss. They're not. The
It's
thing is, they're
a-
not really all that strong. Like if they get hit, like they get taken out pretty quickly. But
does a 6 damage.
yeah. You can choose whether or not you want to push them, but it has to be away from. So basically what I'm saying, if you push him, you're gonna push him into Pack here. Because you have
I'm
to
gonna make
push
it.
him
I'm
this
gonna.
way.
Okay.
Because you're
I'm
attacking
gonna
him
make it
from this way, so you have to push him this way. I mean, if you push him, but you don't have to push him.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
just damage him.
You can just choose to hit him with the blast.
damaging him, and I'm choosing to lower his movement speed by 10 feet, because
Hit
that
him
is
with
also an option.
that frosty touch.
Yeah. Indeed.
So basically, what you see is you see sea cucumber fly down overhead, and he actually like breathes like frost breath on this thing, like like as he flies over him. And the guy kind of goes ah. He is not in a good way. I mean,
Tell my slaves,
So-
I love them.
the freeze kind of actually helped him a little bit because he was starting to bleed out, and now the blood has stopped like pouring out of his throat, but he's still like it's not going well for him, and it is
mean-
now Pack's turn. So
You're not gonna bleed out anymore. You are in intense, horrifying agony.
I have one more. I still
right.
have yeah. Just gonna see what happens when he. All right, nothing happens. Got it.
Okay.
They rolled a 3.
Ready. Which is an 11, actually. Right?
Yes.
But, I mean, it still doesn't. It just, um, yeah. So, uh, back.
The guy next to him's still alive, so he's going to take a swing at him.
I don't know if that hit. Oh, okay.
11 damage to the guy on the ground.
You don't know. He could be heavily armored.
I'm pretty sure I hit.
He's got god level armor right there.
Is he still alive? Okay.
Very good, dude. You look in your character sheet, you got Eldritch Blast and you got a monkey attack now. It's under your attacks and spellcasting. All you gotta do is just click on it. And will you miss miserably because he's the best fucking paraplegic you ever seen? No, I'm just kidding. Are you taking this guy?
No, I was gonna finish off the guy on the ground.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I mean, this guy was destined for, you know, a life of unrest and bedriddenness anyway, so you just kind of put him out of his misery.
I'm gonna chalk that up as an act of good.
Specifically, how do you finish him?
So
he's sort of like in terror. I mean, pretty much what happened is he told you guys to go back. He thought you guys were gonna leave, and then all of a sudden he turned to like go to leave, and then all of a sudden his horse's head got ripped off. He got thrown off the back of the horse, and you landed on him and just stabbed him in the throat. He got frozen. He's like,
Pack sort of quickly draws the dagger. The dagger's already out of his throat, so he had drawn the dagger out of his throat, and then just quickest death he can possibly gives it, just straight through the eye as he's on the ground, so that you can pull it back out super quick, but he's, Pack isn't.
He's kind of gasping, and then Pack just kind of one swoop, stab down, lobotomy. This guy's gone.
Yeah, he's not feeling anything anymore. And then Pack is going to move this guy around this guy. Use his other attack on him. Is the monkey considered an ally?
Yes.
So then I have advantage. Tactics.
Yeah, don't forget about that, Peyton.
Okay.
Remember, your monkeys have that ability.
Oh, they have pack tactics? Nice.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my sneak attack on that guy. And then as a bonus action, I am mentally going to command Drake. I'm going to say, "You can eat later. Kill this one first," indicating to this guy.
Alright. So 12 damage? Am I getting that right?
Yes, 12.
Oops. He you kind of like jump up and like stab him in the thigh. He's like, ah, throws you off.
And Taryn, as a note for the future, the rule states that if I don't use a bonus action to command the, and obviously you can do this however you want, but he only takes the dodge action, but you can also play it as he acts on his own, which would be you acting.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. Is if you don't indicate for him to do something on each of your
point
turns,
is that
he's
the
going to
bonus
do
action-
what he
yeah.
thinks you want him to do,
Okay.
or what,
Or what his
or
animal
occasionally,
instincts-
or what Drake thinks he should be doing right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending on.
He'll keep attacking if he was supposed to be attacking something, but like if something else were to come along, you know, like he's hungry, so he decides he's going to stop and eat that horse,
Right.
which is why I actually bothered to say, "Hey, you can eat later." You know, like
Right. Okay. Yeah. So then, Drake's turn. Then you're gonna attack with him?
yes, Drake always moves directly after me on my turn. So
He kind of rolls forward. I'm assuming.
yes. That's one way to say it. Barrels forward.
Am I still on top of him, or?
That's. I mean, I guess you are. I mean,
Yeah.
if you haven't
Yes,
gotten off.
you would if you haven't
Nope.
dismounted, you'd still
Did
be
not
on him.
dismount.
You can control him, well, or
Oh,
you should be
yeah,
able to.
That's right. This is good. Forward.
Sea monkey's kind of, or Malthraxis is actually like flying kind of up in the air right there. He's actually more like you're flying around in front of this guy.
Unless he's Oh no, flanking works differently in this one, doesn't it? Flanking doesn't confer advantage anymore. Right?
No, I think it does. Like,
Oh, okay.
I think this is the one where that does have. I don't think it works like that in 3.
It doesn't.
Or maybe it does. I can't remember, dude. But I'm
There
pretty
was
sure it
no
works like that
advantage
in
in 3.
this. I'm pretty sure it works. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's no
It
advantage.
conferred flat-footed in 3.5.
Right. Yeah, so then, yeah, it's I'm positive that you do, because there's the whole thing where, like, if you could just be, like, over here and, like, aiming at this guy with a spell, and technically he gets sneak attack advantage.
I need to change that, but technically the draconic essence, dragonic, I spelled that wrong too.
Essence.
Dragonic. No, dragonic.
No, I demand that you not change that. His move
Dragonic?
is dragonic essence.
Yes.
Dragonic.
He spelled both
When
words
he was
wrong.
writing it down, Pack was the one writing it down.
Dragonic.
I was doing it quickly, but they're separate. They're separate damages, so it's 15 damage total. 10 of that damage is.
God damn. So what is he doing?
So currently he is I'm gonna say lightning drake, because I can actually switch the element if I use my summon ability. I could switch the element, but I'm gonna say he was currently set at lightning drake, and he basically lunges forward, and he's actually attacking the guy on the mount, so he's like trying to bite this guy off the mount, and he basically bites, and the bite goes through, dealing 5 damage because of the teeth, and then electricity crackles in his maw, basically dealing an additional 10 damage.
Okay, so 15 total. All right, so he pretty much reaches up and like basically gets a hold of this guy's arm and kind of like rips it to shreds, like practically rips it all the way off. Ah! Ah! And you hear the lightning crackling like
One of these days I'm just gonna need one of those "don't struggle, it just makes him angrier" lines.
it's crazy. You guys are fucking brutal as fuck.
I don't know about Peyton, but my guy was neutral evil to begin with, so
So it's the normal guy's turns. This guy took a dirt nap. This guy took a dirt nap. These two guys, seeing that their captain is about to also take a dirt nap, they're gonna turn around and they're gonna head back and try to help. And they're gonna both converge on you, Peck.
what good employees.
Oh my god. And they're not so good employees. They fucking. In fact, this one right here, charging back to an attempt to help you, accidentally runs directly into his fucking captain with his horse and just completely crashes his horse into him.
Here's the thing: these guys like probably aren't hardened soldiers. They're probably guards, and if they're used
Oh my
to...
god. And the fucking captain loses his fucking balance and falls off the fucking horse.
Oh man. Wow, these guys kind of suck.
I don't. Well, they're not exactly
I know.
like.
Hey, Pack wasn't seeking violence at the beginning of this confrontation. It's just once violence starts, Pack is like...
They also weren't really expecting to have to fight you.
Yes. And they're probably a little shaken up. They should just see a Drake rip a man's arm off.
Right. Well, before that, they watched it rip the horse's head off.
Yeah.
And eat it. So, I mean, that's probably a good reason why he couldn't hold his balance when the horse got knocked, is because he basically doesn't have a fucking right hand anymore. So he's
got to be in a massive amount of pains.
Right. Then he fell off the horse now. So it's not going well. And they both missed their attacks, so it's his turn now. And he's gonna spend his turn getting up off of the ground. That means it's Valimar.
It's Falmar.
Well,
I think this is going well.
well, I
For you guys.
guess there's not much else to do but just keep on blasting.
When in doubt,
Uh,
just keep a killing. Sorry, I got a little blast happy at that orphanage back there.
You saw it. That
Once you
orphan-
kill
that-
one, you just keep on going. That's the way I
You see it? You saw that. That orphan flicked me off. Yes, and you murdered the entire orphanage.
Once you kill one, you just see red and
How much blood is on the ground?
It's okay. No one loves them anyway.
what kind of
So, like,
blood? It's a
doesn't
mixture.
matter. Just like,
Quite a bit. I
okay,
mean, there's a decapitated horse on the ground over there. There's this guy
that's
who was
gotta be a
bleeding
lot of
out all
blood,
over
yeah.
the fucking ground for a minute. There's this dude just got his arm ripped off, his blood everywhere. Like this,
the-
this
this one-
fairly bloody mess right now.
all right.
If somebody were to just come across this after you guys kill these guys, it's just a massacre. They'd just be like, "What the fuck happened?"
What hit these guys? Was it a bear or a freight train?
Worse than a bear. It's like, I mean, because the way that Drake ripped the fucking horse's head
Yeah.
off and shit, like it, like
I'm going to. I'm gonna use shape water underneath of
no!
the captain, and it's gonna freeze over, creating like
shape water, but
yeah,
you don't have any water.
yeah, I
I
do.
think he means the blood. Yeah.
The blood.
Technically, shape water specifies a liquid, not
Yes.
necessarily a. Not necessarily. It doesn't have to be water.
Well, it's not really around him. I mean, there's some blood around him. It's not that much. I mean, the blood
Mainly
is
the horse,
mostly
I
over
bet.
here. Like, this is where the fucking pools of blood are.
Okay. All right, then.
Like, if he was standing in the pools of blood, I would say yeah. But
I use. This is where I'm using grease.
how big is grease? You can draw your own squares and stuff.
You know what? I never considered this, but grease and shape water together.
I think
Interesting idea.
technically grease is not considered a liquid, but yeah.
Ah. See, I'd be
It's
a cool
considered
team member,
like oil,
That's a liquid. Yeah.
something like that.
10-foot square centered on a point within range. What are the sizes of the map?
Should be 5 foot square each, right?
Okay.
It's always gonna be 5 foot square.
Unless it's like
What is it? How much is it?
10-foot square. Maybe it's bigger than that.
No, that's right.
Okay. And then I'll use my bonus action to
Monkey swarm.
to monkey swarm, yeah. So I'm gonna have cucumber kind of move around to the side here. And then blast the guy off his horse. Or attempt to blast the guy off his horse. Cucumber. I choose you.
So it's technically a touch attack, is the way it works.
Okay,
so
touch
it's like,
attack.
I mean, like
True.
you're
It's flying over.
you're rolling it like an Eldritch, but it's like the way it's working is like the way the familiar you cast a spell through a familiar is like you're casting your spell through its hands basically as it touches it. So it's like he swoops down over it and touches him, and right as he touches him, your Eldritch Blast like blasts through his hand, basically. Jesus Christ, your monkeys are crazy, dude.
Yeah.
They're literally so well trained.
God.
Combat monkeys.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
I
better trained than my
you
Drake.
clicked to deal damage. It clicked to deal damage. I clicked the damage, but it didn't. It just did attack. So I'm gonna.
No, you rolled the click on monkey. Click on the roll. You don't click it.
Oh yeah, I click on the. Okay. There we go. That was on the first one. I clicked the first set of numbers. That's
And
9
that
plus 3.
Should it be +3? That might be wrong.
9 plus 4 then.
Should be 9. Oh, it's because it's trying to give you the crit shit because this game is broken. And we're not doing crits that way. So it's just the 9, dude.
Oh, okay, it's the 9. Cool.
So it's actually 18 because we're doing our table. We
Doubles.
do old school crit. Like,
Yeah.
it's just well, it's
Yeah, I
just
don't-
cooler. So 18 is your actual damage.
Sometimes we do crit confirm, but I don't think we've done that in a while. So
Yeah, I haven't bothered to do crit confirm.
From what it looks like on this, it actually came up as a. Never mind. I'm dumb. Yep. Okay, it's that.
just trying to do the D. It's trying to add crit damage as if it was doing it from the 5e rule set because this is a 5e character sheet.
The 9 is what it's supposed to be, and then 3
That's what I'm
is the
saying.
extra roll.
So that's why you have
just
18
looking over
as
the.
your
Yes.
actual.
Damn. So he blasts some 10 feet into the grease, I guess, or into the next dude.
Yeah, he.
I'm just imagining the cops coming to investigate the scene of a crime. So there's a giant
Bloody
grease lick in the middle of
greasy.
this empty field. And grease as well.
You get rumple stomps. Oh my god.
Okay, so this guy fucking falls off his horse. He hits the ground. This horse whinnies, backs up, steps on the guy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
God, dude. You did how much damage? 18? This guy is like barely hanging on. He gets fucking blasted off the horse, hits this horse, hits the ground, and this horse kind of scared backs up, steps on him, and crushes him even more. And this guy barely manages to stay on his horse. And I believe you got 2 more monkey attacks.
All right. Steph is gonna come around right here and blast.
I tried to give you guys I wanted to give you guys, you know,
so right there.
more powerful companions since you don't have the actual player companions. You know what I mean?
We don't have
The traditional party, so
yeah.
at least this is more like you guys have actual a little bit of a force on the field.
So monkey's not underneath the horse, but Stephanie
Flies underneath the horse.
Yeah, flies underneath the horse and blasts
Up.
Red Bull.
Blast up.
Blasts the captain or the guard captain with
All right.
Eldritch Blast. So now I'm going to monkey it up.
That means you're
Monkey,
gonna mess
monkey.
up.
Not in this campaign.
Right? Oh my gosh, that's the lowest I've seen his monkey roll to hit, feels like.
Honestly, I'm gonna take the advantage roll because
Oh,
this
my
guy is
bad. Pack
But not only
tactics.
is he surrounded, but he's also
well,
like,
yeah. He also gets pack tactics, so
oh, right.
his monkeys. That's one of the things I gave them. Well, that's actually a benefit that flying monkeys have. Is they get
Nice.
pack tactics as a thing, and so I just let him keep that as their. So if he keeps his monkeys close together, they get advantage on their attacks.
All right.
Yeah. So because Malthraxis is right there. Yeah.
Do you want me to use the one on the right, or do you want me to reroll?
Yeah, you just use the. That's how the advantage will work. It's just, so you just
Okay.
use that one on the right. So you hit.
Well, jeez. All
you,
right.
you wouldn't have hit if you didn't have the pack. Because I think of it as like, Malthraxis is right there next to her, and so he's like distracting this dude, and he's and then fucking. Plus, he's like missing a
clawing
hand,
at
and
it,
he's standing in grease. Like
he's having a
Jesus
having a
Christ, and
bad
you did
day.
max damage.
He's having a bad day.
That's fucking
Let's just
crazy,
be honest.
guys.
He's having a bad day. He's having a bad day.
He's getting pushed 10 feet. Diagonally.
Into the horses.
Yes.
All right, so he just go ahead and roll me a d4 for bludgeoning damage. He just bounces off the horse right there and slams into the grease. He didn't move anywhere. He just hits the horse.
Okay. And then Mally Wap. It's going to
Mally want a cracker?
it's going to do. Oh my god.
Dude, what the fuck? You've rolled like nothing but like
It's
18, 18s
17
and
or
up.
up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's crazy.
There we go.
It didn't hit him super, but you can choose to push him still.
Yeah, I'm gonna push him. Gonna continue to push him around.
Push
This
him.
guy's just
All right, so
he's just gonna push me back.
And he actually, because he is now covered in grease and has and was sitting in the grease when you pushed him, he actually slides 10 feet farther than what he would have normally because he goes sliding out of the fucking grease. Because his armor's all greased up and shit.
Imagine.
Oh, wait, no. Ah! He's getting a little delirious from blood loss. He has no idea what's happening anymore.
Basically, you guys are just destroying these guys. I'm gonna have to come up with like creative ways how to like deal with you motherfuckers. Is that your turn?
That's all my turn. That's
All right.
everything.
Well, here's back and fucking Drake.
Is this guy's still alive? Yes. Okay.
Barely. He's like, yeah, but that's the guy that got. He literally got crushed like face first into the ground by that horse. So like he's not in a good way.
Pack's gonna do another good deed.
God, you guys are like so evil right now. Yeah, I mean it's. I'm just gonna assume this guy's fucking dead. Cause you just walk up behind him, and as he's starting to try to pick himself up out of the mud, you just right in the back of the head.
Yeah. Man.
This guy's probably in a position where I can get advantage.
Yeah, because he's on the ground still.
And then plus. So 10 more damage.
All right, now how do you guys keep doing that? Okay,
What? The exact amount of damage?
no, well, you keep putting them at like 1. So this guy is this guy is like dangling, like just
Okay.
like that. Literally, you guys have done that to every fucking one of them, pretty much.
Sharon, I'm gonna use my bonus action to attack with my offhand instead of commanding Drake. So he's just gonna do whatever you think you should do next.
Okay.
Because I want to finish this guy off. I don't want to leave him suffering for 6 more seconds.
He did. So how do you finish this guy when you come running up?
So I stab him, and he's like coughing and wheezing, and because he's got a dagger in his lung.
Because he's taking severe trauma to most of his body.
And once again, he just tries to do it as quickly as possible. Goes straight for the artery or the brain.
You just finish him off. Just
there's nothing personal in it for him. Like, for him, it was okay.
It doesn't have to be personal to be kind of fucked up.
It is. Well, that's the thing. This is how Pac genuinely thinks about it. As soon as
you
Drake
guys are
attacked,
literally like not even out of like eye distance of town. Like, like these guys didn't have to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no. This is the way Pac
You chose
thought
to
about
kill
it.
them.
As soon as Drake attacked, right? He's
Well, and
like,
that's what I mean too. Is like you've put 3 of them in a position, at least 3 of them in a position where they were. Honestly, all 4 of them, the ones you've killed, you put them all into an extremely vulnerable position to where they couldn't fight back, and then just finished them off anyways.
Maybe I should change my alignment to chaotic evil. Anyway,
We're chaotic evil now.
I mean, you guys are. That's all I'm saying is you guys are heading in a quick direction towards chaotic evil.
all right. That would, however, be his turn.
All right. Which means Drake is going to lunge forward and rip this horse's head off and start eating it. Blood goes everywhere, splashing onto your face and parts of you, Valamir.
You're probably covered in blood, by the way, Valamir, because...
Yeah, I mean, you've sat here through 2 horse beheadings now.
Oh my.
But that's something you never thought you'd say. I've sat through 2 horse beheadings same day.
Which
means
about this situation.
It's this guy's turn. Him looking around at the fucking chaos, he is terrified. He is going to attempt to fucking run for his life. And being that town is back this way,
I almost want to say no witnesses, but...
Him and the horse
he's gonna try to run back towards town.
They would succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Oh, because of the grease, yeah.
Yep.
The horse is better than the fucking Rangers. So
Okay.
the horse is actually an elite trained horse. These fucking Rangers are fucking trash.
I'm surprised the man broke before the horse did. Normally horses are like, what horse blood? I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, this horse is running and that makes it, well, that guy's dead, so your turn, Velamar.
Pack's gonna follow your lead. You let this guy escape, Pack will let him escape.
Part of me really wants to let him escape too.
So that people will know not to fuck with us.
Yeah.
Except these guys
That's
didn't
sort of-
fuck with us. They just told us to go.
Shit. Can I take a second to confer with telepathically with Stephanie and see how do you think I should handle this?
And he's riding away, so
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
You don't
like
have
this is taking
long.
place in a 6-second period, yeah.
All right.
you pretty much have a split second to decide whether you want to fucking let him go,
Let this guy
or
live.
yeah, if you want to try to stop him from leaving, or I mean, you could go
I'll blast
after
the
him
horse.
from the Drake as well. You
I'll
blast the horse. Okay.
No. Alright. Pack's gonna assume no witnesses.
So 13.
13.
That's actually enough to hit the horse. The horse is not hard to hit.
It's a big creature not wearing armor, probably.
9 force damage to
Right?
make it slower.
All right, and you actually get second. I guess that would, your second attack would have been the 18. So yeah, so they would have both hit. So that actually would have been your damage right there. It should have been, that should actually change it a little bit, because you should have.
Just rolled really bad.
2d10. Yeah, I mean, that was part of it, but it's also should be. If you're gonna roll it all at once.
So
It's technically 2 separate bolts, so
13?
it'd actually be 10.
okay. Oh, 10.
Because it'd be your charisma bonus twice.
true. True.
So I changed it so it should look that one. Yeah, so the horse doesn't die, but it definitely fucking, you hit it with the whole thing and that's it. Anything else?
I will have the monkeys try to swoop down.
What's
If they
their
can make it to them.
what's their fly speed? I guess their general move speed.
They have just got 30 feet, so probably wouldn't be able to.
I think the fly speed is 40.
The stats that I'm looking at only they have a fly speed of 30, but
Alright, so then in that case, Sea Cucumber has a fly speed of 30. But
okay, and the
I'm
rest of
pretty
them
sure that technically,
Imps have a fly speed of 40, don't they? Or
yeah,
quads,
I'm pretty sure the Quasi has a fly speed of 40. So Malthraxis would have a fly speed of 40 feet. He would actually be a little faster than the other two monkeys.
indeed. Oh, wait, what is this?
Because he's just shapeshifted to look like a monkey. He's not actually one. That's the way the Quasi work, is they can shapeshift into other animals, so
See, well, we can just pretend it says something different, but it does have 40 feet on there.
well, I mean, that, like I said, because his whole thing is that he
Yeah.
shapeshifts into the flying thing or the swimming thing, but we were just because I changed it to fit your character and
Yeah.
stuff. So
5,
but
10,
we'll say he has
15,
40 feet instead of
20.
30. The other two.
25. On the back, he's going to blast him. Like always.
The horse or the guy?
The guy. He's gonna blast him off the horse. In front of the horse.
Oh my god.
I don't control the personality of
Go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay, like I designed my character to be a little bull, but
you know, keeping him
Yeah, damn.
alive was
Okay, and go ahead
lost in
and
translation.
roll me a d6 for bludgeoning.
I think this is a sign that both of our characters are inherently sociopathic.
Okay.
Are you at least one of those greater good villains?
Oh
you know?
my
Like,
god.
I'm not
So
even a villain. I'm a villain by circumstance.
or are you one of those like villains that's like, I'll let a few cities burn to save the whole world?
Not
No.
even. It's just like, how do we keep getting in these situations?
So, I mean, even though the damage is low, it doesn't matter. This guy's fucked. Pretty much what happens is you go get him, Malthraxis, and he goes, I got him, and he flies after him and hits him on the back with the Eldritch Blast. The guy goes flying off the horse, front flipping forward, rolls. You hear a snap as something breaks, and then the horse keeps running and tramples over the top of him and totally crushes him and kills him. And the horse keeps running.
Pack is immediately going to look around.
I'm gonna clean
This
myself off.
Horse runs away.
Okay.
This horse, however, has Stephanie sitting on top of it and is just sitting there. Stephanie sitting in the saddle.
Stephanie knows what's up.
Pack immediately looks around to make sure that no one else is around to have specifically seen that we'd done it. Although we probably weren't that far from the paladins. And then
You want to go ahead and give me a perception?
Uh,
Since you're, no, it's gonna be Pack, since he's talking about it. That's good. That's good enough. Even though it's not a great roll. Fact being that he's thinking about the fact that we really weren't that far away from the paladins. You then look and see some glinting armor, which you think are the paladins approaching not too far off.
Pack looks at Valmer and goes, "We should leave now." He looks at Drake and he says, "Had your fill?" in Draconic.
Drake looks at you and goes, "No."
He can speak Draconic, so if he can, and it's a very growly language anyway. So
You don't hear that, Peyton. I'm saying in Draconic, he's saying that to you.
Yeah.
So to you,
okay,
Valamir, you hear, unless you know Draconic.
I know Draconic. Yeah.
You do know Draconic?
Yes.
Okay, so then you hear, you know exactly what they say to each other then.
Pack sort of growls and goes, "Too bad. That's what you get when you," and then he sort of indicates all of this. He goes, "Take a few last bites and then we're leaving."
I'm gonna jump off of. I jump off of the reptile.
He begins to devour this horse. And
I know,
I do mean
pretty quickly.
devour.
Yeah.
I'm
He probably
getting on
pretty
the other
quickly.
horse. With
In the
Stephanie.
process, he also devours this guy.
Oh my.
Pack, as you get off the horse, start to get off, or the horse, have you start to get off the Drake, Pack points at you and says, "Stay there, we're leaving, now."
He's getting on this horse, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm taking this horse, so maybe we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
taking the horse.
Drake probably doesn't have any problem carrying us both, but whatever. And also, if that horse is still there, it is a very well-trained horse, I might add.
Well, you want to give me a...
Yeah, I do.
Well, you already know. I would say... Just... You already know, Peyton, that... Like, Stephanie just has a way with, like, animals and shit. Like,
Yeah.
so you're pretty sure the reason it didn't leave is because Stephanie went and sat on... Like, went and flew real next to it, like, almost immediately when that happened. And she was the one that knocked him off the horse, too. Off of that horse. So she knocked the dude off the horse and then basically just sat on top of the horse and the horse didn't go anywhere. So, Valamir, you put the two together that you're pretty sure that's why the horse stayed there. And, but Pack, I think I need like a knowledge, like,
Is it an Arcana thing?
yeah, like
Religion?
it's like an Arcana thing. I need like an Arcana. What the why are you getting the best roll from your shittiest fucking advantage?
No,
It's like the best roll
my
you've
shittiest
had
one would
all
be
day.
like performance or
I'm just saying,
persuasion.
like, that's like
Yeah,
your lowest advantage you've had so far. You've had the best
Yeah.
roll.
yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, that was high enough that you pretty much can assume
Put two and
that,
two together,
yeah,
yeah.
that there's something.
I mean,
well, you were
I
kind
know
of
how-
putting that together before, though, with
Yeah,
your
I
whole.
know-
When you were sitting around the campfire, you had determined that sea cucumber was the only real flying monkey.
Also, is that high enough for me to draw the conclusion that although it's not exactly out of character for Drake to do something like this, like him to do that with no warning at all, he might have been prompted by something other than natural instinct.
You mean like with attacking the horse there?
Yes, yeah.
You could definitely. That could definitely be a possibility in your mind for sure.
Okay, so suspicion at least.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, definitely. She definitely has some sort of sway over animals, and apparently Drake, at least from what you've observed.
Well, it wouldn't have been that hard. You would also know it wouldn't have been that hard to convince Drake to do
Right.
that.
Right.
Okay. He nods and he goes, "Get on quick," and then he casts, just to give us that little bit of extra speed to stay ahead of these guys. Even though they're on foot, I'd like to leave them in the dust. He's going to cast Long Strider at 2nd level, which means he can target 2 creatures. He's going to target Drake and the horse that Valmir is still on, and their speed is increased by 10 feet for 1 hour. It's not concentration. And so they'll get 20 with a dash action. If we make them gallop, they'll get a 20 extra feet of movement, basically. It's
Okay.
actually, yeah, just give us a little bit more speed.
Yeah, no problem. Are you... What's the plan?
The plan is to get out of here. Pack's plan is to get out of here. What direction he's...
Well, because the original plan was for you guys to follow this thing.
Can we still see it?
Oh yeah, I mean it's not hard to
It's
see.
slow.
It's easy to,
So
and it's not that far even. I mean you can still catch up to
Yeah.
it. My point is that you're going to catch up to it quite easily, running at the speed that you're going. So you're going.
Yeah,
There's going to come a point where you catch up to it, and you're just kind of stuck doing what they were doing, where you're just kind of following behind slowly.
And
Um,
Pack turns to Valmir and says, "We should go around. Keep our distance, not follow directly behind. It's not moving that quickly.
exactly.
But we
We
don't
need it.
want...
Let's just get out of here.
We just need to keep it in sight." So he's actually not going to head directly where it is, but he is going to head... I know we don't think it's that direction, but he's going to head...
I'm gonna go
he's
back
going
to
to
the
head
world map.
around it to the... Because he said it's heading east.
You guys think it's headed west.
Okay. That's what I thought. So, but he's going to look... Which direction generally? I know you said it's a wide empty plain, but is there like anything in the distance that like provides any sort of cover at all?
Not really. I mean, like you can... I mean, because you guys are getting to the point where like you can see the sea off in the distance. Like you know that you're near the coast, which to you, Pack. I mean, go ahead and give me another survival roll. Jesus
Gosh.
Christ.
I cannot get a good roll at the things I'm supposed to be good at.
You don't know how you guys got across the land so quickly, but you're... So, looking at the map, you think you guys are right here. Pack. But
Okay.
really, you're right here.
Alright, then Pack will say, that thing's making pretty good time. Must be the big steps. Anyway, and then
We
he
need to get
begins...
away from these
Yeah,
paladins.
Is it veering more towards the north or the south? I know. I think
It
it's
appears to
west,
just
but-
be heading straight towards the sea.
Then
So-
I'm going to veer up, down towards the south. So I'm gonna head, still heading what I think is west, but east. I'm going to head
like
southwest,
down this way.
keeping that thing in sight. Yeah. Yeah, keeping that thing in sight.
Um, I mean that works. I mean, it's not too hard. This thing is, like I said, it's like this equivalent of like a 26-story building, right? So, and it's in a big open fucking plain. So
Right.
there's not really anything to obscure it. It's pretty easy to keep up with it, and so it's, yeah, you guys can basically kind of keep your distance and keep an eye on it. So a bit eventually, I mean, you guys get to like a vantage point where you guys are kind of closer. When you get like closer to the sea, you know, there's a couple of like cliff facings and things like that. And obviously some ground higher than others, so you can kind of be like further up on a hill, you know, and kind of be out of sight of, you know, be tucked back on the backside of a hill or something, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, you guys can essentially like set up a camp and set up watch or something if that's what you guys want to do, or I mean,
Pack is going to say we should set up camp for tonight. Also set up watch.
Pack and Valamir, you guys both incredibly hungry right now because you guys had initially traveled extremely far out of your way to go to that town to resupply, in which you never did.
I'm gonna check the horse for
Pack
any supplies.
says you
Okay,
you
give me
set up
a
camp
d20. Just a
as he's
random
doing that. As he's searching it, Pack will say,
Wow,
"Oof."
I rolled a 19.
All right. So pretty much what you find is about maybe 3 days rations for one person. So I mean, it's a good amount of food for one person, but it's, you know, if you split it between you and the
About a day and a
monkeys
half.
and Drake and
Okay, 1 day.
maybe one meal.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys split it between all of you right now, like
Okay. Split it between everyone.
everyone could eat like one really good meal basically. Because Drake also eats a lot. Although he's pretty full right now, so he doesn't really eat much of it.
I would say that given his size, he probably eats massive meals, but can go a few days without eating anything after one meal, probably.
Yeah, well, that's also
Provided
kind of a
he's
lizard
not,
thing.
yeah, and provided he's not like too active in the meantime, right? Like if he's not burning too many calories, especially, he probably could.
From your experience, Drake is kind of a fucking empty black hole. If you say food, he'll eat it regardless of how hungry he is.
Is there like anything in the air, this like environment? Is it dry here? Is it?
It's more wet than anything. It's more like
Wetlands.
yeah, like moist, like plains, wetland.
Hmm.
Not knowing yet that he's found rations, Pack says, "You set up camp. I'll go scrounge us up some food. Maybe do some hunting."
Aye, Captain.
You're not gonna tell him about the food?
Hey, wait a second. And I turn around and it's got some jerky in here. And a couple of, kibble.
For a horse?
It's mostly like
Forgot what they really
Yeah,
call it, but
they've got like
it's pack meal.
it's got fucking horse kibble
Oats,
in
I
it.
believe
No,
is what you're looking.
it's got like no, it's like actual. It's not like horse food. It's like fucking
No,
actual
like,
food for like a person. Like bread and rolls and fucking some dried meat.
Pack surveys
Some
the food
fruit.
and he nods. He says, "We'll do for one meal."
Honestly, of all the meals you guys have had in a while, it's probably one of the better meals. That with you being well, Valamir, you actually your last best meal was probably at the
Oh,
inn when
that's
you
the
were
thing.
there.
Pack is hungry, but like hunger is something that he's probably pretty used to, just because of the
I
way
just
he's
mean
been
in terms of
living life.
quality of like what
Yeah.
the actual food is. Like Pack probably usually eat like just like pretty much roadkill damn near.
Yeah.
I was
He
living a
doesn't.
pretty good life
He
before
doesn't cook
this.
anything he gets that's cooked is like something he would have bought from a market stall, right? Like, I mean, yeah,
I
he
just
like
meant for you, Valamir. It's you've been on the run for a while, so it's
Um,
been hard for you to like A, have enough money for a decent meal, or B, stop and have time to enjoy it. So,
so.
but when you stayed at that inn before you got caught, that was the last time you had like a good wash and a meal and everything.
As Pack is eating, he goes, "So, Valamir," he says around food in his mouth.
Yep.
Pack is kobold. That's
Yes,
why
Spock.
Pack is kobold. That's why he's chased away from places. Why are you chased away from places?
Well, Pac, it has a lot to do with this book here. This is the only piece of knowledge I've, I guess, either taken or stumbled upon. And I kind of look over at Steph. And it all started with this, with my vision, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. Enlightenment. And I won't go into the heavy details, but I used to work at the library, libraries, and yeah, now I don't.
Pack stares at him, and then he looks back at Drake and he does that little thing where you like cuckoo, cuckoo. So you just left because knowledge.
Not just any knowledge. The knowledge of the gods. And I
what
guess
use
that...
and what use is this knowledge to you?
Alright.
Bah, the gods are crazy anyway.
So I continue to eat. At the very end of this, there's a big treasure. I just know it.
Pack nods. He understands greed motive better than knowledge.
You just wait, Pac. It'll be worth it. Swear.
After a time of you guys sitting there, you do see the paladin scouting party eventually come into view as they come roaming across the wetlands. Uh, Still with no horses. They appear to still be on foot. Um, they're semi-tracking the uh, big thing, Iron Giant, for a better term, and essentially still heading towards the sea after it.
But they're bypassing kind of where we're making camp. They're not like, it's clear they're not headed towards.
They're like they're up good ways off in the distance. Like they don't.
I'd like to say that I don't think we made a fire, and I don't have the ability to make a fire.
Pack points to them. He goes, "What's the deal with them?"
Yeah, so they're probably after me.
No,
Probably
they're
after
definitely
the-
after you.
Well, they're not after me.
Yeah, Pack goes, "They said your name and then told you to halt. I'm pretty sure I could have put together that they were after you."
Right, Pac. So I'm wanted in Lyria. It's a far-off continent you've probably never been to.
Drake kind of nuzzles your hand, Valamir, and like you could see he's like nosing the like other half of your like uneaten like apple core that you have sitting there.
Pack goes, "Do not feed him. He'll never leave you alone."
Right.
But if he makes a dart for it,
He says
But he
as
says-
this thing starts like drooling
Oh.
on you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he goes,
It's like it's all over my coat or whatever.
He
Yeah.
goes, "But he has been known to make a dart for food in the past, so keep your fingers clear."
How do I avoid this uncertain danger? Look, Drake. I'm only gonna do this once, but I'm gonna need you to leave me alone after this.
Not going to work.
Good.
Just hand him the apple core.
Yeah.
Like almost takes your finger off as he clamps down. He seems happy.
I'll
Or a lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ask him in Draconic if you know, is that good?
He pretty
You
much
happy now?
kind
Pretty
of
much.
just
You satisfied?
That's pretty much the response you get back in Richard. It's not even really a word. It's just
Yeah. Grunting and
right.
yeah. So
You gotta keep in mind, even though he's smart for like an animal, he's still
He's still an
technically
animal.
jub stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the paladin that we met earlier, yeah, used to be friends up until I became wanted. And I used to work with him. Yeah. He happened to be on watch the same night that I discovered the knowledge of the library and somehow obtained it for myself. I don't know how these things happen. They just do. And then next thing you know, they're stomping at my door and everybody's, one person's angry, other person's yelling. What was I to do? Just stick around and get myself arrested? Like they wouldn't see the reason. Like you wouldn't understand in elven culture that you don't just go around taking their forbidden knowledge.
Mm. In Drake culture, you would be dead.
Yes, so yes. And I didn't want to be dead, so now I'm here. Traveling. Yeah.
To get more knowledge.
Well, see, with, yes. Yep. Yep, kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Yep, kind of looks that way.
Well,
Pack.
said, well, I've come pretty far. I might as well keep going now and see where this goes.
Pack shrugs. He goes, You could live like Pack, one day at a time.
Oh, Pack, trust me, I think I do.
With that, as you guys are sitting there, you can also see this thing, as it gets closer to the coast. And, you can see that it doesn't appear to be having any intent of slowing down as it continues to walk out onto the beach.
Pack sort of looks at it, goes, We are not going to be able to follow it into the ocean.
Indeed, Pack. We're gonna have to come up with a new plan.
Pack again shrugs and he goes, As long as we keep it to only 3 or 4 times a day of changing plans.
That's what
I
it's used to.
just kind of shrug. Let's see what the robot does, and if he walks off into the ocean, then
The robot.
let the metal man.
Well, that's definitely is what he's doing.
All right,
I mean,
he's already dipping his toes in there.
yeah, I
already.
mean, yeah, like you can tell he doesn't have any intent in stopping. It's starting to, step by step, get deeper and deeper into the water.
Pack says he's still heading same direction.
Damn, I really thought this would lead somewhere. Well, we could try heading south.
Pack gives him this look and goes, I thought you knew where it was going.
Well, let me check my map.
Stalling.
Uh, so you look at your map.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so you look at your map, and you determine that you guys are about right here. So you'd assume that it's going this way.
I say it could be heading to the mountains of Aziria, or it could decide to turn towards Delaria. However you pronounce it.
I'm assuming it's probably like, I mean, this thing's pretty big, 20 stories, but you said it wasn't moving very quickly. Maybe it's up to its, like, what is it up to now? Because it's probably reached the ocean by this point. So, like, where's the water up to by now? Like,
It's like waste-ish.
He goes, it doesn't look like it's changing directions. It looks like it knows where it wants to go.
Hmm. Well, I just kind
So,
of tap the map. Aziria it is. You know, I've never been there this time of year.
Pack
You've never been
shrugs.
there at all, in fact.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that.
Pack goes, we will need to get boat. Not lot captains that let Drake on board.
Hmm. Let's see. Where's the nearest town? Probably back the way we came, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Oh, we can't go
You
back
know
there.
that the next
No.
closest was down this way, down south. You know, because you know that there's several libraries on the way down that way, which could potentially hold more knowledge.
All right. I closed the map. That settles it. We're going to be traveling south. I think.
I like that.
Which way is south again?
The plan has changed again like 3 times
Yes.
since like he opened the map.
Yeah, Pack goes, why south? Is there a boat south?
He's like, I've never been to Etheria this time of year. Definitely south we're going.
Look, we're going to need
I've
to
heard
get
it's
across the
awful,
water
just
somehow.
awful. We're going south.
There should be a couple libraries there. We might be able to find a boat, maybe even a boat that'll take take Drake along with us. Or he could just eat all the people and we could just commandeer a boat. But that's the last resort. I don't like to think about that.
Pack frowns and he goes, you know, civilized places don't really like me killing and feeding people to Drake, no matter how hungry he is. He says it like he's had to have like he's had to realize that before. Like he has some experience with getting chased out of places. Because he might have at least killed a few pets and
Oops.
oops.
Or, you know,
There's
orphans, whatever.
well, you know.
It was only half of the orphanage.
Yeah, in Kobold society, there's no such thing as orphans.
It's gonna sound kind of brutal. What if I summoned familiars and had your Drake eat them? It'd probably just be like empty calories.
Ah.
Well, I'll tell you this.
It's not
You
my
can
monkeys.
do
obviously.
that. Well, that's what I mean. If you do that, I mean, it has to be your monkeys because those are what your familiars are.
Yeah, but I have another spell, a higher spell that summons more familiars than just the ones I have.
You mean you have summoning spells, what you're saying.
What spell?
I have
Flock of familiars.
yeah.
I mean, with the way the flock of familiars work, it's only like temporary, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not like really actual familiars.
Just saying it. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. No,
Well, they're the more like spectral copies or something. You know what I mean, of your familiars than with the flock of familiars, if I'm correct.
that wouldn't provide any sort of
Like yeah,
sustenance
it's like
to the,
right. You're not gonna get a
Yeah.
dietary nutrition out of.
Oh yeah,
eating
empty
it.
calories.
I
It's
mean,
basically
he'd
just
do
made
it.
of magic.
0
right?
calories.
It's not like
It's like 0 calorie soda.
yes, it's like it's just made out of magic. It's hard to. There's 0 calories in magic. We all
This
know
is a
that.
joke we had with when we were doing that Kobold one. Didn't Donovan's character had a vermin or something?
Yeah, and Eating it.
He would eat it, but he wouldn't actually get sustenance from it because they weren't real. They were magic.
It was just gross.
It's gross. I mean, he's generally gross, no matter what character he's playing, but and in real life.
And in real life, yeah.
Well, you know, I wish Don were here to hear my insults of.
That defend
I
himself,
miss-
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know.
I miss being able to insult Don to his face.
I'm sure he misses you insulting him to his face as well.
Yeah.
I told him that he could join us whenever he wanted. He said he might, but he just works a lot on the weekends, so it's kind of
Yeah, that was the problem we were running into. So
yeah. I mean, that's kind of where he's at now, as he's working on. That's mostly when he works is on the weekends, so it's like hard to for him to have time. And when he does have time, you know, he's fucking tired from working all day, so he's just like, I feel him. But I think that's generally a good place to stop for today. Gone for
Sounds good.
about 2-3 hours. It's about how long we normally go, and
yeah,
it basically watching this thing submerge itself further into the sea. You've determined that I believe you guys are going to go south to you actually don't know what library it is. You just have heard like you it's not like super common knowledge where all the libraries of the world is. You know what I mean? Like it's like some of them are. It's common knowledge that there's at least 100 of these libraries. Like, you know, these 100 ancient libraries. There's a story about it, you know. But they're other than that, you don't really. There's probably only about maybe 10 that are like super well known that people definitely know are the libraries that are like common knowledge, and then the rest of them would be like, you know, you'd have to have heard about them. So there's basically with these libraries set down south, you've heard of them, but you don't actually know what they're the library of. You just know that they're libraries, or that there's rumor of them being here.
Yeah, I didn't.
honestly, we could use